Hi, I'm Des, your crypto guru, and this is my debut video series called Crypto 101 for my new YouTube video channel. In this three-part video series, I'm going to be exploring the rapidly evolving parallel universe of cryptocurrency, or as I like to refer to it, the cryptoverse. I shall be delving deeply into the crypto ecosystem, discussing Satoshi Nakamoto, the progenitor of Bitcoin, and indeed the father of all godfather of all cryptocurrency, where I feel it's originated from, how it's evolved, and why Bitcoin cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology is here to stay. In part 2, I shall be exploring the natal chart of Bitcoin, which gives very definite clues as to where this digital currency is headed. I'm going to be discussing the astounding correlation between cosmic forces like astrological alignments and its effects down here. For instance, Pluto-Uranus and Saturn-Uranus alignments over certain periods in history and its impact on history-altering events. Then in part 3, I shall be sharing my research on the astrological impact upon our global financial crisis, which I have coined the financial renaissance of the 21st century. I shall share with you the fascinating data around the theory of 19% as well. Perhaps most of all, I aim to use this platform to dispel the myths and current urban legends surrounding the crypto ecosystem that you may believe to be true based on hearsay from mainstream news channels. In my future videos, I will be breaking down the crypto ecosystem into bite-sized pieces and familiarize you with all the colloquialisms that have popped up in the crypto space over recent years. Terms such as FUD, FOMO, HODL, SegWit, noobs, immutability. I shall be explaining what it means to mine Bitcoin and other altcoins, the simplest way to do this as well. I'll explain the differences between an ICO, a coin, a token, smart contracts, and securities, as these terms continue to arise out of this exciting new peer-to-peer trade platform. I shall be doing a series of tutorials to take you through the step-by-step process of how to set up your own exchange account, and how to trade Bitcoin and other smaller penny stocks, and most importantly, to explore the various ways of safeguarding your crypto assets, be it by storing in a hot wallet, a soft wallet, cold storage, or paper wallets. Well, without further ado, join me now for an exciting journey down this rabbit hole of revelation and revolution. Please be gentle on me as I'm new to YouTube. In my day job, I'm an alternative practitioner of holistic medicine. However, I've been a very keen hobby astrologer for decades now and was introduced to the crypto space shortly after its inception. So around about 2011, I'd say, when I was asked whether I was prepared to take payment in Bitcoin as opposed to regular fiat currency. And I'd be very keen for you to share your stories below about your first interaction with Bitcoin and the crypto space. Very interested to hear your stories. And a big thank you to all of you who have encouraged me to put this information onto YouTube to help educate those who have perhaps wanted to put a toe in the water but not quite sure about how to go about it. Now let me clarify, however, this video does not constitute financial nor astrological advice. I would appreciate your comments and your questions below, as interaction is key in the crypto space and is one of the cornerstones, in fact, upon which the community is built and continues to thrive because of we the people. Please feel free to leave your recommendations as well below this video, along with any questions that you may have with topics or aspects that you may wish for me to elaborate on in future videos. If you're enjoying this video, be kind enough to give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to my channel. I would just like to mention here, though, that all my theories and hunches mentioned in these videos are based upon my own intuition and my own hardcore research. The aim of my channel is to pique your interest sufficiently that you are motivated to go out and do your own due diligence before investing in any particular cryptocurrency, as opposed to simply believing what you are being spoon-fed in mainstream fake news feeds, or for that matter by any of us quasi crypto experts. Now, before I jump right into the birth chart analysis for Bitcoin created by Satoshi Nakamoto, together, of course, with the blockchain technology that enabled his Bitcoin progeny to be transacted upon, I would like to preface this with a little caveat on what, or perhaps whom, I feel Satoshi Nakamoto is. Well, call me cray-cray, but I have a strong intuition that this may well not be a male, nor a female, nor even a collective group of human beings. I personally feel that Satoshi Nakamoto is a pseudonym, a numerologically derived alias, perhaps, pretty much like perhaps a nom de plume, really, that was created by not exactly an artificial intelligence, but handed down to us by a group of entities, perhaps our interdimensional ancestral progenitors, because they felt we are finally mature enough for the next technological download. Picture perhaps Moses on Mount Sinai receiving the Ten Commandments. In his latest book called The Future of Humanity, Professor Michio Kaku, PhD, the theoretical physicist who named string theory, talks about, I think he discovered string theory, right? Talks about us currently living in a type 0 civilization, and that we already possess the technology necessary to survive in a type 1 civilization, provided we do not do something silly and annihilate ourselves once again. In this video, I would like to show you why I feel the cryptocurrency revolution is the missing link for us to be able to seamlessly transition to the next phase of evolution, that being a type 1 civilization. So please stay with me here while I go deeper down the rabbit hole on why I feel this is the most plausible explanation. The reason I feel strongly that Bitcoin and the original blockchain technology is otherworldly is because to date, nobody credworthy has yet come forward to take ownership for its invention. While a few people have claimed to have been the creator or creators of this phenomenal life-transforming technology, not one of them have been able to recreate the original algorithm. And the recent media hype and the $10 million lawsuit against Craig Wright, claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto, just does not resonate with me. What is your feeling? Do you think that Craig Wright really is the original creator of Bitcoin and the blockchain? I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the matter. I've never bought into the rumors floating around that the reason the real Satoshi Nakamoto chooses to remain anonymous is because he, she, it, they would by now be so super wealthy that they would face a huge security risk if they were to reveal their identity or identities. Or perhaps that they would have been enlisted into one of the infamous 3-letter alphabet agencies to assist them in developing other similar type algorithms. Now allow me to take you back to the rudimentary beginnings and address the infancy of Bitcoin and its relation to the dark net. 'Tis trite but true that for many centuries humanity, under the old paradigm of suppression, has been entrained to operate from a place of fear. Whereas our holistic and spiritual community knows all too well that one cannot be in a state of fear and love at the same time. These are two opposing forces in the universe and simply cannot coexist. Fear has a very low vibration, and this F word is most certainly banned from our vocabulary and is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Now think about it. How else would the cabal, or as I like to call them, the powers that were, ever going to control billions of humans on this planet unless they had the fear mind virus running as the default program in the mass collective conscious in as many humans as possible? I'm really looking forward to hear your thoughts on this issue. Now, one of the main contributing factors in why Bitcoin and other altcoins grew so quickly in popularity and became a way to exchange value for legitimate objects, and indeed became legal tender amongst the masses, was when Bitcoin and gold had reached the same price between July and September of 2016. Now, prior to this price parity, before Bitcoin and other altcoins began to creep into the mass consciousness of mainstream society, yes, it is true that between its inception in January 2009, Bitcoin was predominantly being used as a means of payment on the dark net. You may or may not be aware that the dark net comprises some 96% of the Internet of Things and requires a special browser called Tor to access this underworld, where one can purchase absolutely anything from the most obvious, such as illegal drugs, to a tiger or an AK-47, or sadly even a child bride. While the banal Internet of Things that you and I know and use in our everyday lives to send emails or do online shopping on Amazon, this is merely the fractional froth on the surface, constituting around 3 or 4% of what is really going on. Perhaps you have already watched the Netflix documentary recalling the infamous story of the Silk Road trading fiasco that ultimately landed Ross Ulbricht behind bars. But that is ancient history, and this is now 2018. And since 2015-16, Bitcoin has no longer been the cryptocurrency of choice for exchange of value on the dark net. Now, Monero, known as a privacy coin, which provides complete anonymity, unlike Bitcoin, is faster, less expensive, and is now the preferred means of payment on the dark net. For those of you who are newbies, only just beginning to feel a little crypto curious and wish to know more about the cryptoverse, and specifically the peer-to-peer trade platform used to transfer money, namely the blockchain network, the best and most concise explanation I can offer you is that it's a decentralized and, for now, deregulated digital currency, a store of value using the blockchain technology network, which is completely immutable and therefore offers trustability for this peer-to-peer digital currency ecosystem as a store of value. In my opinion, It is a highly evolved ecosystem that has been given to us human beings at precisely the most perfect point in human civilization, just as many of us have begun waking up to the imperfections of controlling Big Daddy, as our human race finally enters its phase of pubescent maturity, or perhaps prepubescent maturity. During this phase of evolution, which is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, we were always going to be ready to finally experience the thinning of the veils and begin to want to take responsibility for our own lives and our own destinies and our own happiness. And we are finally sufficiently mature enough to take responsibility for our own hard-earned cash. I see the blockchain technology as the very catalyst that finally marries up the age-old teachings of the Vedas and Buddha and other ancient writings teaching us that all is one. And the blockchain being the organic conscious entity that continues to link and relink us to one another, therefore has helped and will continue to help create a very much needed trustability by way of this unbreakable and indestructible network of nodes of communication. I would like to explain to you what I mean by this. As a meditator, what I have been shown is that the blockchain is analogous to the highly conscious mushroom mycelium network. The fantastic white web-like structure that we see when we dig just beneath the Earth's surface. The mycelium has an intelligence and communicates all kinds of information throughout the fungi kingdom. The closest correlation to this we see is our own neural pathways, the synapses, for communicating information between our brains to every part of our bodies. The best thing ever with the blockchain and other new, improved, younger open ledgers like Ethereum, the Tether network, the Lightning network, the Block-Lattice of Blocks, which was recently rebranded to Nano, is that they are all completely immutable. This means that once a transaction has been made, meaning I send you Bitcoin, or better yet, you sent me Bitcoin, is that it is there, recorded forever in an open ledger. And the biggest benefit this offers, of course, is trustability. Now, under the old fast-fading paradigm of suppression, which you and I grew up with, we experienced the complete antithesis of trustability woven into the fabric of our society, which of course gave rise to all the corruption and the dishonesty we see in every industry on a global scale today. Immutability and trustability are those two important words, the primary cornerstones, I would say, synonymous with the crypto space, that you'll be hearing very frequently the deeper you explore this incredibly exciting cryptoverse. Just imagine the transformation in the mindset of our collective psyches if every election across the globe from here on in used the blockchain technology for recording votes and for issuing election results. Can you even perceive of a world without rigged elections? I'm interested to hear your opinion on what you feel and how it would positively impact on your life. Tell me about what other industries you can think of that urgently requires the immutability and trustability the blockchain technology can offer.